Good morning, Instagram. What a way to start the stream. Yo, good morning. Good morning. That was hilarious. I was trying to be all slick with it. Have the joint preset. You know what I'm talking about. And I played myself. But that's all right. Yo, if you're just tuning in, let me know where you're watching this from. You know, heart emojis, all that kind of stuff is super dope. My name is Ruslan. Most of you guys know me if you're on here. I'm a hip-hop artist, creative entrepreneur, and this is Pre-Gym Proverbs. We're going to chop it up, man. Jacksonville, Florida in the house. Mom's basement. All right. AZ, that's what's up. I'm in Escondido. Got to the gym, and I'm going to be working out. Good morning. Man, I got my pre-gym workout. Today is an interesting day. So today, Foggy Raw has been staying with us in the studio. I live next door to the studio. I don't live in the studio, by the way. Rockville, Maryland, what up? So Foggy's been staying in the studio. He's also from Maryland. There you go. That's what's up. And it's his last day, so he was like, yo, I want to go to the gym. I want to go to the gym, but if y'all don't know who Foggy Raw is, that's how we talk. But I want to get some, I want to go to Peterson's. We got this 24-hour donut shop, Peterson's. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to volunteer myself, go get the donuts for them, and then go do my live stream, and then meet them at the gym. So oddly enough, I'm sitting here with a box of donuts for the gang. John Keith, Foggy Raw, T-Ross the Giant are about to meet me here. I wish I could tell you I did not have a donut. Can't tell you I didn't have a donut. Donuts are part of the pre-morning ritual today. Not every day, very seldom. But today we had a. He said eat them all. You crazy? That's the approach. No, I did have some donuts, and I'm gonna go work them off. So if there's ever a time you're gonna eat something that's not good for you, or that's like a simple carb, junky food, it's good to do it before. So check it out before you work out, before you do something active. Hey man, you gotta treat yourself every now and then. That's right. Quan, what up? Good morning. Vegas in the house. If you're just tuning in, let me know where you're watching this from. This is Pre-Gym Proverbs, where before I go hit the gym, chop it up about something in Proverbs. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about my desires in different areas. I've always had desires and hopes and dreams. New Orleans, Chef Toya, that's what's up. Virginia, it's snowing. It's not snowing, it's only 48 degrees here. I've always had different desires. And Quan, you wild. Minneapolis, I'm gonna be in Minneapolis next month, end of March. So if you're near the Twin Cities, hit me up. I'm trying to plan a show there. Neither here nor there. Look, I've always had desires, I've always had dreams, I've always had hopes of doing specific things, accomplishing specific things, whether these things were in business or in my finances or in my fitness or in my faith walk, wanting to get up early and do devotionals or whatever it was, right? And there was always a breakdown. There was always a breakdown between my desires and my actions. Orlando, Nato Poppins, what up, bro? So this proverb today stood out to me. I'm gonna post it. I hope I'm gonna post it. Did I not paste it? Let's see. Dang it. I gotta go back into the YouVersion app and copy it. But look, if you're just tuning in, I want to hear from you guys. Where are you watching this from? People are coming in. Hey, Marsh Jukebox. I'm gonna copy this verse. I'm gonna come right back. I'm not gonna restart the stream. Just give me like 2 seconds. If you're just tuning in, I want to hear from you guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. That was quick. Lamar Riddick, Philly. No, where you at, Lamar? You're not in Philly, right? Good morning. New York City's in the house. I love it. Probably my favorite city next to San Diego. Okay, boom. Paste this verse. Boom. All right. Despite their desires, Seattle, West Coast. I love all my morning people. East County, San Diego. That's what's up. Despite their desires, the lazy will come to ruin, for their hands refuse to work. Lazy. Chief, what up, bro? Good morning. Despite their desires, the lazy will come Still got my seatbelt on. It's kind of goofy. Despite their desires, the lazy will come to ruin, for their hands refuse to work. Right? The lazy will come to ruin because their hands refuse to work. Now, what I'm basically getting at is I had great desires. I had very positive, hopeful, amazing desires for my health. I had very amazing desires for my devotional. I had really good desires, things that I wanted to see happen, things in areas that I thought God was going to move in that were going to be progressing me, right? So I had the desires. You could have the desire. You could have the vision. You could have the hope. You could have the belief. You could have all these things, right? But we know from James that there has to be a connection. James says faith without works is dead, right? And so, y'all want to hop in the stream?
I want to hop in that donut box.
Come grab the donuts, my G. Foggy Raw Bay with the donut look.
You shouldn't do this every morning as motivation. Never life on the wild side.
Never life on the wild side. They just came and grabbed the donuts. Y'all eat the donuts. I'll be done with this in a sec.
Okay.
I think I got you the right one. Why are you looking at me like that? You look all puzzled. Come on my stream. Yo, so they just came and got the donuts. Jody Germain, what up, bro? Jody Germain. Yo, Jody Germain won our Fan Love Friday 2 weeks in a row. We're going to see if he gets it 3 weeks in a row. Thank you guys for hopping in. If you're just tuning in, I want to hear from you guys. Where are you watching this joint from? I am here with Foggy Raw and John Keith and Tanner. They're in the other car having donuts before we go to the gym. See, the key is to have donuts before you go to the gym, not after you go to the gym. So we're going to have some donuts and then go hit the gym. But anyway, despite their desires, the lazy will come to ruin, for their hands refuse to work. So we know that faith without works is dead. And it says that despite their desires, the lazy will come to ruin, for their hands refuse to work. There has to be a correlation between your desires and your execution of your desires, your work. A lot of people desire to make music, but they don't actually make music. They just talk about making music. A lot of people desire to do YouTube and get popping on YouTube, but they refuse to consistently upload to YouTube. They want to have a great marriage, but they refuse to read the books and put in the work. They want to have a great body and they want to feel good and be in shape and be healthy, but they refuse to get up early, go to the gym, and stop eating as many donuts and start eating more protein, right? So despite their desires, the lazy will come to ruin, for their hands refuse to work. I don't ever want to be my heart, my temperament to ever be that of someone who refuses to work. Someone that isn't willing to put in the work. Good morning. Because I think that's where the breakdown happens, right? And so how many people do you know that they tell you their problems, and when you actually examine what their problems are, and you give them a solution, or maybe they even walk through the solution themselves out loud. You just kind of let them talk, like you put your therapist hat on, right? And they're sitting there and they're talking through the drama and whatever is going on, and then they're like, yeah, I just need to do A, B, and C. And then for the next year and a half, A, B, or C never happen, because they just don't have the actual drive to put in the work. You know, how did you find motivation to put in work behind your desires? That's a great question, and I'm going to answer that. The key is willingness. I think at some point, they say people, I learned this early on and it stuck with me. I learned this in my senior year of high school. I had this teacher, English teacher, his name was Tamburino, at Vista High School. Tambo was someone who was amazing. He was the football coach, super great teacher. He pretty much turned our 12th grade English into a communication skills and communication theory skills. It was so dope. And one of the things he talked about was, he said, people will only change if they're hurt, if they're bored, or if they're scared. If they're hurt, if they're bored, if they're scared, right? And so sometimes, most times, one of those three things have to happen. You have to be hurt, you have to be bored, or you have to be scared. And so for me, in most areas, I was hurt, I was scared, I was bored, I wanted to do more, I wanted to be more, and that usually was the like the driver, right? Like, I'll give you an example. We had a lot of debt after college. We had about $45,000 of debt. I got sued. My accounts got levied. And I got to the point from listening to Dave Ramsey, from evaluating my situation, understanding my family tree, that I became angry at my debt. Like, I became angry at my debt. I became angry at the credit card companies, right? The student loans, all the people that told me that debt was a good idea. And I became angry, and that was the thing that like pushed me to it. And so I guess to answer your question, there has to be an emotion attached. There has to be a feeling attached. When the pain of staying the same is larger than the pain of changing, then that's when you will change, right? And so there has to be some type of external pain, something like pushing you along to get you to that next breakthrough. And so with my body, back in May, we took photos, before photos. And you see yourself with your shirt off in the mirror, but I took a before photo, and a photo was different for some reason. And I have this photo posted. You can go and you can look on my YouTube page. I'm actually gonna do another like little fitness vlog about my biggest fitness mistake. I shot it. I just haven't edited it. I hate that word. Edited it. But for me, it was seeing me with my shirt off. It was seeing me with my shirt off in a photo that made me say, I have to change. Like, I don't want to look like this the rest of my life. I don't want to be this sloppy, pudgy guy. And that made me angry enough where then my hands and the work really hit. I was already going to the gym. I was already intermittent fasting a little bit, right? But it really said, I have to really step it up. I started doing 2 a days. We'd go to the gym, come back home at night, do Tabata, do 100 push-ups a night, do all kinds of stuff on top of that. And then really changing my eating was really the most beneficial thing I could have done, is changing the way I eat. And so you need that external thing, something to make it click. Maybe you got to go to a conference. Maybe something has to click. But if there is no passion, if there's no anger, if there's no emotion attached behind whatever area of lifestyle you want to change, it's not going to change. It's not going to change because you have the desires, right? Like, who doesn't want to be fit? Who doesn't want to have who doesn't want to be debt-free? Like, nobody gets debt-free and then gets angry about it, right? Nobody gets ripped and shredded and gets angry about it. No one works on their marriage, develops a thriving marriage, works on their communication in their marriage, and then gets angry about it, right? We have all of these desires, do we not? Like, we have these desires, but it says, despite the desires, the lazy is the disconnect. Like, the laziness is the thing that will bring you to ruin in that specific area, and the refusal to put in the work. And I think the way you put in the work, the way you get propelled, is you have to probably get hurt, angry. Something about this, something emotional has to stir you up and make you frustrated. And that's why I always tell people, like, yo, you want to get in shape? Like, take a picture of yourself with your shirt off and, like, really get that dose of reality. This is what you allowed your body to come to, right? This is what you've allowed your body to come to. And it's not to shame anybody or anything like that. But this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is what you've allowed yourself to become, and what are you gonna do about it? And so for me, I was like, yo, I don't want to look like this. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to take Instagram photos and always be sucking in my stomach. Like, I gotta suck in my stomach so that the angle is proper. You know what I'm saying? Or like, oh, my neck's too big in this. Like, I didn't want to be that dude. Like, that's just whack. You know what I mean? Like, and so I wanted my son. This is gonna sound cheesy. This is gonna sound really cheesy. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Levi's 4. He's into, Power Rangers and superheroes and all that kind of stuff. And Levi loves superheroes and comic books and all that. And I wanted my son to grow up and his dad to look like a superhero. I know that sounds cheesy, but that was one of the motivating factors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted my son to grow up like that. I says, most times we don't do anything because we don't think the responsibility is ours. That was a stepping stone for me. Bro, that was the realest thing you've ever said. The responsibility. I think you nailed it. The responsibility is the key and we pawn off responsibility, right? We pawn off. Like, I remember thinking like, oh, I'm working out. I'm gonna keep working out. But man, like, I don't know if I'll ever get rid of this gut. Like, I don't know if I'll ever get rid of these love handles. Like, I don't know if my body will ever change. Like, maybe it's just not in the cards for me. Maybe it's just not, I'm just genetically not there. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, I just don't have that thing. Maybe I'm just not. It's the same thing with like your finances. Like, you work on your finances, you're trying to earn more money, you're trying to get out of debt, and you think, and that doubting thought comes in. Maybe I'm just, you know, I'm just poor, and me and my family were just supposed to be poor, and we come from a generation of poor people, and we're immigrants, and we didn't have a lot, and I grew up in the hood. My mother was on welfare. Maybe that's just my lot, right? Like, maybe that's just the hand that I've been dealt. And it's like, no, that's a self-limiting thought that is going to cripple you. It's going to destroy you. And the reality is, the responsibility is where that comes in. Everybody wants to pawn off responsibility in our society, in our culture, right? And I just would say, man, be hyper responsible. Control all the variables you can control with the grace of God, of course, who's ultimately in control. But the stuff that you can control, the work that you can put in, figure out a way to get passionate about it. You know what I mean? And for me, I kind of had to choose one or two things at a time. It was like, first, like, let me get out of debt. Then it was like, let me build the music and go full time with the music and build that up. Then it was like, all right, you know, we're out of debt. I'm full time. My wife can stay home. Boom. Let me, you know, work on getting in shape. You know, and I spent a couple months really kind of throwing myself into that world, watching a lot of stuff on nutrition, watching a lot of Athlete Next video, really, really, really throwing myself in that. And now it's like, I'm feeling good. I'm not where necessarily where I want to be. I'm going to go get my body fat percentage measured today and see. My goal is 10%. I'm trying to get under 10%. So I was at 11.5% about a month ago. So maybe I made progress. That hasn't been the best month nutritionally, but maybe I made progress. So boom, hit the body. Now I'm going back into like, all right, now instead of just being like financially cool, I'm just getting by. We're staying above water. Now it's like, let's kick it up into overdrive and to really, really, really start growing financially, you know, like really building up our emergency fund, starting to invest, right? I kind of had to do one thing at a time. And I'm like that too. Like, if you guys notice right now, I'm not uploading a gang of YouTube videos. Why? Because I'm mixing Paul's album and I'm really in that world right now. It could be hard for me to multitask and be consistent with multiple things, but that's just me, you know? But I will tell you that when I was getting debt free, I definitely lost weight. I wasn't where I'm at in terms of my fitness, but I definitely was losing weight, and I was definitely eating better. I wasn't eating out as much. There's correlations, there's connections there. You know what I'm saying? Whenever God inspires, the initiative is a moral one. That's a good verse, bro. Thank you for sharing that. Whenever God inspires, the initiative is a good one. Isaiah 61. Thank you. So yeah, man. So hopefully you guys are encouraged by that. This is supposed to encourage you. This is not supposed to discourage you. This is supposed to give you hope. It's supposed to give you not just hope, but like a practical roadmap to these things. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm gonna pull up to the gym. The guys are walking in. Apparently they've had their donuts already. And we're going to get it in. I know John Keith has to leave around 8, so we don't got a whole lot of time. So I gotta work these guys into the ground for the next 24 minutes and make it count. Yesterday was what did we do yesterday? Shoulders, I think. I lost track. See there? Lost track. So today we'll probably do back. I think we're going to do back. I think we're going to do a pull-up day. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much, man. Hey, I'm going to try to throw these all on YouTube later. I haven't been able to, because I haven't been on YouTube, but I'm going to. And Fan Love Friday tomorrow. Let's see if Jody Germain takes it week 3. Jody Germain's been on fire lately. Fan Love Friday is a live stream I do every single Friday on my YouTube page. So if you're an artist, aspiring artist, check that out. Also, remix contest is like 2 weeks left. Go sign up for that if you're an artist, rapper, producer, any of that kind of stuff, man. Remix contest is crazy right now. Thank you guys so much, man. You have a blessed day. Peace.